Welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I am Lupagus. Onebar is still on vacation. He's somewhere warm while I'm up here freezing off my niblets. We got some Vikings news going on right now, and it's about three contract statuses, stat I of three key members of the Minnesota Vikings. Before we get in that, this video is powered by BETUS. Did you know BETUS also has a casino? For all of our followers who like slots or live casino dealers, take advantage of BETUS's amazing sign-up bonus, 200% sign-up bonus up to $5,000 and 250% for crypto sign-up bonus up to $5,000. Thank you, BETUS, for powering this video today. And let's talk about these three Vikings and their contract status. You know what? Free agency approaching, there's different that's the word I'm looking for, not benchmarks, but there's things have to get done by certain deadlines. And there's big name reporters talking about three different Vikings here. Let's start with Garrett Bradbury, our center. And this is reported by Ben Gosling. He says, according to Ben Gosling, Garrett Bradbury is a prime candidate for potential restructuring of his deal, given the 2 void years in his contract. Gosling noted Bradbury struggles against bigger defensive tackles, but he's respected for his leadership and communication skills. And the team figured he could be a big help for J.J. McCarthy. Well, he's not going to be a help if he's rolling around on the turf. That's for damn sure. But yes, Garrett Bradbury's been there a long time. He knows KLC's offense. He can help the young quarterback out. And if he restructures his quarterback and make it more cap friendly. Again, I don't want him back. I feel like he's more of a liability than as a help. I like to see a more physical guy who can actually anchor against those big D tackles. But I feel the guards are going to be upgraded this offseason. And I think it's going to leave Garrett Bradbury back again as your center in 2025. Probably a swan song with the Vikings, but I do think he will be back. But the fact they could restructure his contract is news, and it's something I hope they do, free up even more cap space. Why not? And there's also a news here on Byron Murphy, Sam Darnold. This is coming from Kevin Seifert. Vikings seem more likely to let Sam Darnold sign elsewhere and preserve their tag for a player such as Byron Murphy. Seifert goes on to say it would give the Vikings time to sign Murphy to a longer-term deal while keeping him off the market. And that's something we didn't really talk about. Vikings using the franchise tags. We brought about with Sam Darnold tagging and trading, but we never thought about using it on somebody else. And Byron Murphy, it makes sense. Lock him up here. He can't go anywhere because he's franchise. You can work out a deal with him, assuming you do want him. It would stop a bidding war from happening for his services. So franchising Byron Murphy, something I haven't thought about, but it's an intriguing move, and a move I think the Vikings should maybe even explore, just so you're not going to end up paying through the nose and get into that bidding war like I just mentioned. So Byron Murphy, franchise tag, interesting. And then just more news on the Darnold letting him walk. Like that just seems like it's going to happen now. Again, there was a scuttlebutt earlier with him potentially coming back, but it seems like now all the news, all the signs, all the fingers are pointing for Sam Darnold to get out of town. That makes sense. We got J.J. McCarthy here. Let's just give the reins over to him. And the last Viking with some contract news today is Harrison Smith, the hitman. We're all just assuming Harrison Smith's going to retire. Let's maybe pump the brakes on that just a little bit. This is from Ben Gosling. Vikings will need a decision on Harrison Smith by March 14th, which is the third day of the 2025 league year, which is actually after free agency. At least legal tampering window. He says Smith has a league minimum base salary of $1.255 million for 2025, but it gets tricky to try to bring him back because if he's on the roster by the third day of the 2025 league year, his $25 million base salary for 2026 is fully guaranteed. Whew. In other words, there's a deadline for the Vikings to either restructure his contract or for the team and Smith to make a final decision about whether he'll be back for a 14th season in Minnesota. So basically, they're going to have him bring him back for a 14th year. That thing needs to be reworked. Otherwise, expect his retirement announcement to come before that March 14th date. And I didn't know that escalator was in his contract, but man, could you imagine being on the hook for $25 million for a 36-year-old safety? Yeah, I mean, as good as he is, that's nuts. So Harrison Smith, I would expect some news to come out here in the next couple of weeks, what his future plans are. But yeah, somebody you can't even think about that. You're always thinking about, he's going to retire. He's not going to be back. We're talking about Cam Byram going somewhere or coming back. Harrison Smith, some contract news right there. So that's it. Those are your contract updates on three key Minnesota Vikings. Potentially restructuring Garrett Bradbury, either having Harrison Smith retire or rework that deal before March 14th, and then Byron Murphy potentially getting the franchise tag. Let me know in the comments if you what do you think of those Vikings contract news, and are you willing to, maybe have one happen more than the other? Let me know. Hit up BetUS and keep your skull in your hole.